Hey everybody, this is London Bridge Bricks. In this video, I'll be reviewing issue number 64 of the official LEGO Star Wars magazine that includes two 4-packs, one featuring a ship from the Rise of Skywalker and the other a ship from the classic Empire Strikes Back. Now everybody who tunes in to London Bridge Bricks knows that I'm a huge LEGO Star Wars fan, and this month's magazine is a huge magazine because it comes with an incredible 2 4-packs. First of all, we get this Sith Eternal Tie Dagger, which looks pretty cool. Look at all those wedges being built there. That comes with 37 pieces, so I'm looking forward to building that a little bit later on here. And this is kind of like a very recent addition to the Star Wars vehicles, because this one came out in the last movie, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, one of the classic ones to ever come out of the Star Wars universe from the Empire Strikes Back is, of course, the T-47, otherwise known as the Snowspeeder. This one comes with 28 pieces, and again, I'm looking forward to building that a little bit later. I wonder which one you boys and girls out there will find being the best one, but we'll find out a little bit later on in the review. So down here we've got the Sith Eternal Tie Dagger, Dark Forces at work. We've got Crash Landing here with Poe Dameron's kind of, I don't know, the coloration. It's kind of good, but it just reminds me of an EasyJet mixed with an X-wing fighter. You tell me what you think about that. Have you ever flown EasyJet? I tell you what, you wouldn't get to your destination as quick as what an X-wing will get you there, that's for sure. And then down here we got ourselves a couple of posters here. They look pretty clever actually. I'm liking what they've done there with the Jedi Masters one, and of course, as always, with the Sith. I always think they look the coolest, they do, with Kylo Ren there. Over here on the right side, we've got Rebel Hunter, Can Anything Stop Vader's Mission, the Starfighter Secrets. That's pretty cool actually. We get a page devoted to the kind of the evolution of the TIE Fighter there. And you actually never know, you might even learn something. I know I did, because I didn't actually realise that they came from this particular ship as well. Now, as always with these magazines, they're brought to us by Immediate Media, and this one's a little bit more expensive than the usual ones. It's £5.99, but of course we do get not one but 2 of these foil packs as well. So, being Star Wars, let's punch it and let's see what's in issue number 64, shall we? So straight away over to page 2, and we get ourselves a bit of an advert here. We've got ourselves some details here at a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, kind of setting the scene here for the magazine. But this particular set, this LEGO set, was actually one of my favourites. It's a brilliant vignette, and LEGO seems to be coming out with absolutely blinding ones recently, but this one was no exception. And if you want to see me building this one, please do check the card above. Now, as always with these official LEGO magazines, we get ourselves an index on page 3 with page 4 there with the comic kicking off. We've got posters on page 17. We've got the Starfighter Evolution on page 29, so I'm looking forward to getting to that. And then page 30, we've got another comic. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's get ourselves a bonus comic down here, and it's called The Dark Side. Got details here on page 26 of our Sith Eternal Tie Dagger. That, no doubt, will of course be the instructions for that. So let's get cracking with the comic, shall we? It's a bit of an explosive start, isn't it? With the stormtroopers being overrun by the rebels here for the story Vader Undercover. Now, Vader here is getting all fed up, and he's kind of losing his morale because every turn, every maneuver, every strategy, the rebels seem to be outwitting the Galactic Empire. So Vader comes up with this daft idea. That's daft, not Darth. He comes up with this daft idea to dress up as a commander. Now, don't get me wrong, but that is Darth Vader wearing a funny outfit. That's a bit like Clark Kent putting on his glasses, and or Superman putting on a pair of glasses and saying, hey, I'm not Superman, I'm Clark Kent. But hey, let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. But anyway, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and I kind of like it for that anyway. It's a little bit of light humour. So anyway, so he's going to pretend to be some sort of commanding observer for Emperor Palpatine. Page 6, we get this really nice picture here of Vader's ship, the Executor, bombarding the planet to destroy what they think is a rebel ship down there. Then page 7, the Imperials track down the rebels to this cave, and they surrender. They surrender without a fight. Or do they? So anyway, page 8, and over here, Vader notices that one of the rebels are flickering. He says, why are they flickering? What's going on here? So anyway, they don't surrender at all. They actually turn out to be a whole bunch of holograms. So anyway, so Vader again is kind of feeling a little bit let down. So anyway, so they venture outside of the cave, having been tricked by the rebels. Then over here, page 9, we get our very first puzzle, puzzle number 1, and it's a kind of Tetris meets word game with a nice image there of a very Legoed R2-D2. He's missing a stripe actually. Only a stripe that goes just below that. I always know I haven't got one. I don't think I've got one R2-D2 that's got the stripe that goes across it that's actually straight. Let me know if you've got a straight one down in the comments below. But I'm yet to get one. So anyway, page 10, bloody, and we're quickly back to the comic as well, where the stormtroopers are trapped, and one of them decides he's going to make a run for it, and he gets out a pair of, I think they look like a pair of Adidas trainers. Maybe they're the new Lego Adidas trainers, but let me know what you think about that. And let me know actually if you've actually even bought a pair of those Lego Adidas trainers, and if you did, what did you think of them? Do you like them? So anyway, so the stormtroopers want to run for it, and Vader's like, we're not going nowhere. We're going to fight our way out. And then from that, we get this fantastic picture here of our Stormies trying to storm their way out there with a great big firefight. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Anyway, loads of blasting going on there, pew, 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 everywhere. Anyway, page 12, and that's it. Vader's had enough. He's had enough of pretending to be some sort of commander. This is it. Let's get some lightsaber action going, and he's going to come out and kind of bring some Sith force to the proceedings. Well, at least he's going to try to anyway. If he can dodge those rocks. Anyway, page 12, and again they're being outwitted again, and Vader cannot find the rebels. So anyway, whilst the story is kind of continuing and the stormtroopers are looking for the rebels, there's a message comes through to the pilots and crew here of the landing shuttle that Vader needs their help as well, and they're so scared of Vader that they're going to go off and see where he is too. And over here, the stormtroopers and Vader discover these speakers. I wonder what that's all going to be about. Anyway, page 14, and what we got going on here, Leia leading some rebel scouts down to the Imperial shuttle. And boom, there we go there. They're going to get, so the shuttle takes off, and so does it all looks like the Tantive 4 actually, looking pretty cool. It's the Corvette, I'm liking that. Anyway, so they get space side, and of course, that completely maroons Vader down on the planet. So what's he going to do to get out of that? So anyway, page 15, and we get ourselves the Vader says to his commanders, right, okay, come on, send out a rescue signal, and we need to get some people down here to get us off the planet. So anyway, who comes down? The Emperor himself. And you can bet yourself that he is not going to be happy with our Darth Vader. So anyway, page 16, the shuttle's landed, and of course, as we know, he's not going to be too happy with Vader at all. So he's looking around for Vader, and Vader's like, yeah, I think I'm going to start using these speakers, try and throw everyone off the scent, and he's going to go back himself, back undercover again. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm liking that. I'm not quite sure how the white paint's going to work out for him. There's hardly a snow planet, but hey, there we go. Anyway, let me know what you thought about that story. I thought it was quite good, actually. I love the kind of the chemistry between Palpatine and Vader. Vader just always seems to be the fool guy, but then we're talking about Emperor Palpatine, aren't we? Darth Sidious, he's always going to be like that. It didn't end too well with Count Dooku. Actually, it never ends particularly well for his apprentices, does it? But anyway, one of my favourite things about these Lego Star Wars magazines is, of course, the posters. And this is a cracking looking one. So we've got ourselves like this kind of silhouette here of Yoda. And then, yeah, this is kind of the bottom section of things. You've got Yoda there. Then we've got what looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And, of course, Luke Skywalker. Everybody's sort of protege. But I've got to be honest, my favourite poster out of the two, it's going to be this one. I mean, look at this. It's literally is electric, isn't it? It's fantastic. I love it. We've got Kylo Ren here posing there, looking all kind of sinister and arched over and evil and stuff like that. I'm loving that. And he's got this kind of red cracked mask as well, which looks fantastic. And of course all these electrical bolts here in the shape of Darth Vader, his grandfather, looking down on him there. That's a cracking picture. I really like that. But let me know what you think about that particular poster down in the comments below as well. So page 21, and this is another great vignette as well. Again, another brilliant one. There's 3 vignettes that are brilliant. This particular one, Starkiller Base, drawn on Starkiller Base, the Mustafar one, and of course if you've been lucky enough to get the Bespin duel as well, that is kind of like 3 really good ones. It's like this fantastic Star Wars sub theme. But let me know if you've actually built this as well, and if you'd like to see me building this one, please do check the card above. But this is like one of my favourite sort of puzzles and games really. It's kind of a very easygoing, very relaxing, spot the difference. Oh wow. And then page 22 and 23, and we get ourselves this double spread maze with a kind of a few submissions on there as well. And it's in me actually. These are the rebels here. We've got to get the rebels off the planet here. It looks like, I don't know, it's kind of like an Endor planet. It's very green, you know, loads of shrubbery and stuff like that. But is it me? Are these rebels, they look like they're more dressed for something like Hoth. They need to be more of an Endor attire, you know, a little bit more camouflaged, or at least camouflaged in green anyway. But let me know what you think about that. And we've got to need some bricks as well to play this particular one. Anyway, it looks like a lot of fun, but like I say, these guys stick out like sore thumbs, they really do. So this is pretty cool. So page 24 and 25, and we've got this double page spread on Poe Dameron's X-Wing from the movie Rise of Skywalker. Now this particular one is set number 75273. It comes with 4 particularly very cool minifigures. The least probably coolest out of them is Poe Dameron, albeit he is quite a cool character. R2-D2, there he is, there's that stripe there, and that one's perfectly square there, or perfectly round, whichever way you kind of want to look at it, on a cylindrical head. And then we've got this Jana here as well, but my favourite character in this set has to be this guy, the Vikral from the Knights of Ren. He's pretty cool. Now, I absolutely love the Knights of Ren. I don't think they were particularly good in the movie, or at least they wasn't utilised well in the movie. And again, let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But I think the figures are very cool, and I think they've probably done some quite cool things in the past as well. But anyway, so this particular set is actually quite an expensive set. It comes with 761 pieces, but it retails here in the UK for £90. But on Amazon Prime Day, which kind of happened only last week, funny enough, I managed to pick it up for just £52, which is an absolute bargain. But let me know if you've bought it recently. Did you get it in Prime Day as well? Because this is, for me, this was one of the deals of the week. It really was. But I can't wait to build that. And again, let me know. Would you like to see me build it? Would you like to see me speed build it, review it, or you know, both, or something like that? Please do leave your comments down in the comment section below. So let's go from that. Page 26, and we've got this kind of very well, this is our set that we're going to be building. That's one of our 4 packs, the Sith TIE Fighters. And here we've got this kind of mazy numbers puzzle. Page 27, and we've got ourselves some instructions for the Sith Eternal Tie Dagger as well. God, look at these pieces here. They look really cool. I'm liking that. I mean, even if you don't particularly like these sets, like I always say, you always get some pretty decent elements as well. Next page, so page 28, and that kind of continues as well. I've got all these wedges that come with it as well. So it's should be quite a decent size actually. I can't wait to build that. Not much longer now, and I get a chance to do it. Page 29. We get this really cool page actually. I actually learned some stuff reading this earlier on as well. We got the Starfighter, the evolution of the actual TIE Fighter itself, starting with the Jedi Interceptor right through to the kind of more modern day TIE Dagger. And of course, in between all these TIE Fighters, you've got all the different types of ones as well, the Defenders, the Interceptors, and stuff like that. And these are cracking, aren't they? I mean, there really wasn't much difference between the First Order one and of course the Imperial TIE Fighter. But the Imperial TIE Fighter is of course where it all started with the Imperial Galactic Empire, and by this point here they hadn't quite started yet. But you see the kind of the small iterations that kind of bring it to the fore there, with the wings being on the side. But originally, I suppose, with the Jedi Interceptor, they look quite different. Of course, the people piloting it were completely different in nature as well. But let me know what your favourite ship out of those ones is. So over the page 30, and we get ourselves our bonus comic, the dark side. So on board the Rebel cruiser, Home One, Luke is running repairs on his Red 5 X-Wing, and suddenly the lights go out and Luke cracks a joke. Maybe we're going to the dark side. I don't think the writers could actually miss that one out. I think it was kind of laid on a plate very nicely for him, so nicely executed there. So page 31, we get loads more fire going on, loads of bolts pew, pew, everywhere as always, and then as always R2 fixes the lights, and Luke discovers that his X-Wing's missed all the blaster bolts completely. But look just here, we've got this poor old A-Wing here and this Rebel Y-Wing here, looking like a whole scrap heap in one. Yeah, they come off too well out of that. They haven't got very good shielding on them, I suppose. Then page 32, it turns out that someone thought that they saw the Stormtrooper, or saw a Stormtrooper in the docking bay just before the lights went out. Hence all the fire just going absolutely everywhere. But as it turns out, it is, of course, the very slapstick 3PO messing around with the Stormtrooper helmet stuck on his head. But lucky for Luke, no damage was done to his starfighter. Or at least so he thought. Anyway, with a crack, a crash and a clonk, the next thing you know, his X-Wing's in absolutely pieces. So I don't think he's going to be getting too far with that too soon. But anyway, it's just a very short and sweet story, it really is. But again, as always, I love the artwork. It looks really good. It's very impressive. It really is. So anyway, what are we over to here? Page 33. And we got ourselves Build with the Jedi. We got ourselves the Millennium Falcon, the Resistance A-Wing, which I've built actually. That is a really cool set. And I've built the Y-Wing as well. That came with some fabulous figures. It really did. But let me know if you've actually built either of those. Again though, if you'd like to see, let's go for that one, shall we? Let's go for the Resistance A-Wing. If you'd like to see me building that, please do check the card above as well. Page 34, now page 34, now next month, I thought this was a big one this month, I really did with the foil packs, but next month it gets that a little bit bigger here because we're going to get Bespin Luke Skywalker. Now, until now, he's been a very hard figure to actually get, quite an expensive one as well, because he comes in two sets, both of which are quite hard to get. One being the Bespin dual set, which if you can get that, good luck. Certainly hard to get here in the UK, and if you can get it, you would have had to have had it imported over from America or maybe even Canada. But also he comes in the very expensive set of Cloud City, so do watch out for that. And I've got to be honest, that is a must-get magazine for me next month, just purely for him. And then down here we've got the solutions as well to the puzzles. Then over here on the last one, back page, we get ourselves a galactic schedule, which looks all right actually. I'm liking this. What's happening on Saturday? We've got our wash the TIE Advance. We've got repair the Death Star. Could you imagine that? That's a job for life, isn't it? But yeah, and then on the back, what have we got on the back then? So nothing too crafty this month on the back page, but we do get ourselves this really nice picture here. I'll be honest, that in itself could be a nice poster by itself, couldn't it? I like that. I wouldn't mind getting that, a double spread page of that. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments as well. So that is the magazine review. Now, if you enjoyed that, please do give the video a thumbs up. But next up, let's take a look at these foil packs, shall we? Now, I don't know about you lot out there that have tuned in to watch this, but all of a sudden, I fancy a packet of Doritos. This particular set, I think it must be some sort of record for a Star Wars foil pack that comes with 12 wedges, and they're great, aren't they? You've got these two here, and you've got these two here. They're exactly the same, of course. And what they are, they're just this new element that Lego have got in their catalogue that really give wedges that kind of sharp finish there at the end. So obviously we've got the two tucked in there on that 2x3 red plate, and then you've got two tucked in on the inside as well, and that kind of gives these bigger wedges there that sharp looking finish. And I've got to be honest, I think it looks really good, but let me know what you think down in the comments below about that. Then in the middle here, we've got these discs. Got discs there, we've got one on the bottom there and one there in the middle, and that's obviously representing the TIE Dagger's cockpit, and that's all held together quite cleverly using a red traverse brick, which of course you don't see, but equally it connects them all quite nicely. And then in there, this spherical piece just here, that's kind of held in there as well using an axle piece. And that's all held together using this rather clever little Technics piece too. Now, this is only 37 pieces, and I've got to be honest, for a mini build, I think this is a pretty good representation of a tie dagger. So our second fold pack comes with a classic Snowspeeder. Of course, from the classic movie, The Empire Strikes Back. And I've got to be honest, I think for 28 pieces, I think it looks pretty good actually. Now, I've never been particularly one for these mini builds, but I've got to be honest, I'm kind of getting into them. The more I'm building, the more I'm kind of thinking, yeah, actually, these are all right to get. Now, of course, this doesn't come with nowhere near the number of wedges that come with the tie dagger. This one just comes with the 2. And that's all you need, really. And that kind of gives it that kind of flared hover wing look. I think that works particularly well. And of course, with all these fold packs, you always get some decent elements as well, especially these ones here, the antennas. And I'm liking the way they're used there for the front cannons. I think they work particularly well. And I think this element over here, I think that works pretty well for that classic rear turret. Particularly useful for bringing down some ATs. Then underneath it, underneath the carriage of this particular craft, you got there the sloped wedge plate. I think that works particularly well. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, for 28 pieces, I think it's a pretty good representation, and it's a really good mini build of it. Now, something I learned the other day, having just bought it, was the 2020 Star Wars Advent Calendar. Now, that comes with a micro build of this particular Snowspeeder, and of course, it comes with a micro build of the tie dagger. So it's going to be interesting to compare the micro builds against the mini builds. So overall then, what did I think of issue number 64? Well, for me, this is a must-get magazine. We get ourselves a magazine absolutely bursting full of good stuff, from a great-looking comic to some fun puzzles to some useful facts about the evolution of the TIE fighters. And then, of course, we get those cool posters with a very Sithful Kylo Ren. And topping off absolutely everything, we've got those 2 cool mini builds with probably the tie dagger just edging it as my favourite. So there you have it then, my look at the most recent official LEGO Star Wars magazine. Now, I hope you enjoyed this quick look inside on what it has to offer in terms of games, puzzles, craft elements, and of course fold packs. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Now, don't forget, for up-to-date news on London Bridge Bricks, please follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're new around here, why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.